Imagine a car that never needs to stop at a gas station, never requires a charging cable, and yet glides effortlessly down the road, powered by an invisible force. For most of the world, this sounds like a fantasy ripped from the pages of a science fiction novel. But in Africa, this isn't a dream. It's a reality that's shaking the foundations of the global automotive and energy industries. At the heart of this revolution is Maxwell Chikumbutso, a visionary inventor whose self-powered electric vehicle EV is not just a technological marvel, but a symbol of Africa's untapped potential and a beacon of hope for a world desperate for sustainable solutions. The unveiling that stunned the world. When Maxwell Chikumbutso first revealed his self-powered EV to a select audience, the room fell silent. No roaring engine, no puff of exhaust, no tangle of charging cables, just a sleek, futuristic vehicle moving with a quiet, steady grace. The car seemed to defy the laws of physics, drawing energy from a source no one could see or fully comprehend. Engineers exchanged bewildered glances, skeptics scrambled for explanations, and representatives from global automotive giants like Tesla, BYD, and Volkswagen scribbled furious notes, sensing a seismic shift in the industry. The question on everyone's mind was the same. How is this even possible? What made the moment even more profound wasn't just the car's performance, but the deeper implications of its technology. This wasn't just a vehicle. It was a glimpse into a future where energy scarcity could become a relic of the past. Maxwell's invention promised to rewrite the rules of transportation and energy, not just for Africa, but for the entire world. Beyond the car, a vision for a new world. The true power of Maxwell's self-powered EV lies not in its ability to drive without fuel or charging stations, but in its potential to transform entire ecosystems. This technology, if scaled, could power homes, schools, hospitals, factories, and even entire cities without relying on traditional energy grids. In Africa, where millions still live in the shadow of unreliable electricity or no electricity at all, this innovation is nothing short of revolutionary. Picture rural villages illuminated at night for the first time, children studying under bright lights, hospitals running life-saving equipment without fear of blackouts, and industries thriving without the constant threat of power outages. This isn't just innovation, it's liberation. Maxwell's creation carries a deeper message. Africa, long seen as a continent rich in resources but dependent on foreign technology, is poised to lead the world in clean energy. For the first time, the continent isn't chasing the future. As the world took notice, the battle for Maxwell's technology intensified. Reports emerged of suspicious activity around his labs. Unexplained power outages, cyber attacks targeting encrypted files, and drones hovering near testing grounds. Insiders whispered of lucrative offers arriving under the cover of night, laced with subtle threats. It became clear that powerful forces, foreign intelligence agencies, corporate giants, and even governments were determined to prevent this technology from remaining in African hands. In response, Maxwell and his team doubled down. Underground networks of African engineers and innovators formed a protective shield around the project, working tirelessly to refine the technology and secure its future. Across the continent, news outlets dubbed the car the Liberation Vehicle, a name that captured its promise of freedom from energy dependency and foreign domination. The movement grew stronger, but so did the risks. A secret demonstration that changed everything. In a heavily guarded hangar on the outskirts of Johannesburg, Maxwell invited a select group of African ministers, engineers, and journalists to witness the next chapter of his vision. What they saw was beyond imagination, a sleeker, more advanced prototype of the self-powered EV. Its surface shimmering with adaptive panels that pulse with energy like veins of light. When Maxwell activated the vehicle, it didn't just move, it powered the entire hangar. Screens lit up, fans whirred, and drones circled above, all drawing energy from the car's revolutionary system. The crowd stood in stunned silence before erupting into applause, realizing they were witnessing not just a vehicle, but a mobile energy hub capable of transforming lives. Unbeknownst to Maxwell, a foreign agent disguised as a journalist was among the audience, secretly recording every detail and transmitting the footage to an unknown server overseas. Within hours, intelligence agencies in Washington, Beijing, and Moscow received encrypted files labeled Africa's Energy Revolution. Maxwell had shown his hand, but had he revealed too much? The leak that shook the world. 2 days later, the footage leaked to global media outlets. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, CCTV, and RT played the video on loop, with anchors struggling to articulate the magnitude of what they were seeing. If this is real, one commentator declared, Africa may have just leapfrogged decades of technological development. The markets reacted instantly. Oil stocks plummeted. Energy corporations lost billions, and African tech startups saw their shares skyrocket as investors rushed back what some called the African century. Maxwell, however, was now under siege. His compound was monitored by drones. Strange vehicles lingered outside his labs, and his engineers reported being approached with bribes and veiled threats. Undeterred, Maxwell called a press conference. At the height of this chaos, Maxwell made a bold move during an African Union summit. He took the stage and delivered a speech that would echo across the continent and beyond. For centuries, Africa has been exploited. Our gold, our oil, our diamonds, our people, he said, his voice steady but resolute. But this time, it will be different. This invention is not for sale. It is for Africa and the world. With a signal to his engineers, screens across the summer hall lit up with live feeds from villages in Kenya, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and Rwanda. Each one was powered entirely by Maxwell self-powered systems, deployed in secret. Schools glowed with light, hospitals ran without interruption, and homes buzzed with energy, all independent of oil, coal, or charcoal.